Here's a question worth sitting with before your next sim session. When was the last time you actually checked how many contracts you're allowed to hold? If you've been jumping into Sim 101 without configuring a risk template, you're practicing without guardrails, and that's a habit worth breaking before funded capital enters the picture. Hi, I'm Shannon with NinjaTrader. Today, we're talking through everything you need to know about risk templates, what they are, why they matter for prop traders, how to save one, and how to make sure it's actually running before you trade. So, what is a risk template? In NinjaTrader, a risk template stores the core risk definitions for your Sim 101 simulation account, including the margin required per contract and the maximum number of contracts allowed. You configure the settings once, save them as a named template, and assign them to your Sim 101 account. Every simulation session then starts with the same risk boundaries in place. But wait, what's Sim 101? Great question. A NinjaTrader Sim 101 account is a fully customizable simulation account unique to the NinjaTrader desktop app. Unlike a NinjaTrader demo account, a Sim 101 account isn't tied to any specific username or connection, so you can practice with any data provider or broker inside the desktop app. Now, NinjaTrader gives you a few different ways to manage risk, and each tool does something different. An ATM Strategy, short for Advanced Trade Management, handles your exits. Once you're in a trade, it can trigger a profit target, stop loss, or trailing stop automatically. Bracket orders do something similar, wrapping exit orders around an open position. A risk template works at a higher level before any trade is placed. It sets the outer limits of your account, how much margin you need per contract, and the maximum contracts you can hold at once. Think of ATM strategies as your rules during a trade, and risk templates as your pre-trade boundaries. You need both, and they don't overlap. So why does this matter specifically for prop traders? Here's the reality. Prop firms set the rules, and those rules are non-negotiable. Position limits, daily loss caps, margin requirements aren't suggestions. They're the conditions your funding depends on. When you practice in Sim 101 without a risk template, you're trading without those constraints. You might build confidence, but you're not building up the habits that hold up under funded conditions. Saving and applying a NinjaTrader risk template can help close that gap by making your simulation feel more like what you're actually preparing for. Before we walk through the setup, there's an important detail worth knowing. Risk templates apply exclusively to the local Sim 101 simulation account. They don't carry over to evaluation accounts, funded prop accounts, live brokerage accounts, or any demo account connected to a live data feed. Those accounts run their own risk controls, set and enforced by your broker or prop firm directly. And here's another essential detail. NinjaTrader doesn't automatically activate a risk template when you open a Sim 101 session. Even if you've saved one, it does nothing until you manually assign it. Saving a template and applying a template are two separate actions. If you haven't assigned it, no position limits are enforcing anything in that session. All right, time for a pop quiz. Or should I say, a prop quiz. True or false? Risk templates are activated automatically. False. You have to manually assign a risk template before it applies. True or false? Risk templates can be used outside of Sim 101 accounts. False again. This tool only applies to Sim 101 accounts. Once you're trading with your prop firm, their rules and systems take over. With all that said, let's go over how to save a risk template. Start by connecting to your data feed and opening NinjaTrader. From the top menu, go to Tools, then Risk. The Risk window opens. You'll see any templates you've already created, plus the option to make a new one. Click New Template. From there, you'll set two values per instrument you intend to trade. Margin per contract is the minimum margin required to hold a single contract, and maximum position size is the maximum number of contracts that you're allowed to hold at one time. Set these to match the actual constraints of the prop evaluation or funded account you're trading for. If your firm allows a maximum of 3 contracts, set the template to 3. If your evaluation margin is $500 per contract, use that. Once you've set up your values, give your template a clear, descriptive name. Something like Sim 101 MES Standard for a Micro E-mini S&P 500 setup, or Sim 101 NQ eval for a NASDAQ evaluation configuration. Then click Save. When you're running multiple setups, vague names like template 1 can create real confusion, so it's important to be specific. And hey, if you're the kind of trader who pauses to configure your risk settings before jumping in, you're in the right place. Hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. Anyway, now your template is saved, so let's apply it. In NinjaTrader's Control Center, navigate to Accounts. Right-click your Sim 101 account and select Edit Account. Find the Risk Template field in the Account Settings panel. Select your saved template from the drop-down and click OK. That handles the assignment, but don't just assume it worked. Verify it. Double-check that the margin and position limit values match what you configured. And place a quick test order in simulation to confirm that position limits trigger correctly when you exceed them. It takes about 30 seconds. And that 30 seconds can be the difference between a simulation session that actually prepares you for funded trading and one that just builds false confidence. When you layer in an ATM strategy on top, you get a complete pre-session structure. Your risk template sets the outer boundary of how many contracts you can hold and the margin required. Your ATM strategy then governs what happens inside a trade, where you take profit, where you cut losses, and whether you trail a stop. Together, they target two of the biggest sources of trading errors: oversizing before you're in and hesitating on exits once you are. The traders who approach simulation with the same discipline as live trading are building the habits that funded trading demands. So, build your risk template once, apply it every session, and let consistency do the heavy lifting.